all coming in. What this win has also done is given a strong sense of ownership where the cadre is concerned of the Congress, a skip in their steps. Ultimately, it is the cadre who carries the flag for the party when it comes down to street level politics, and this win would ideally energize. All right, that's the money shot. That's the money shot or the photo opportunity that is coming in. Rahul Gandhi taking the hands of Siddaramaiah and his deputy DK Shivakumar. An iconic picture that has already been clicked earlier on. Okay, this shot as well. All is well where the Karnataka camp is concerned. DK Shivakumar and Siddharamaiah coming in together, the Chief Minister and his deputy. KC Venugopal extremely happy. KC Venugopal, viewers, in 2020 had handed over the post of General Secretary in terms of the Congress in Karnataka in charge to Randeep Singh Surjewala. He was the Karnataka in charge till 2020. The post then went to Randeep Singh Surjewala. Can't seem to find Randeep Singh Surjewala there, but he has to be. Okay, there he is. You have Randeep Singh Surjewala as well, coming in and sharing the stage. And this is going to be a picture which would possibly be the money shot. A picture that would be one of the big photographs splashed across national dailies and local dailies. Randeep Singh Surjewala alongside the deputy DK Shivakumar and Mr. Siddharamaiah. This is a moment, of course, for the Congress, hoping that all goes well, at least where optics are concerned. All seemingly well right now on the stage. Mr. Siddharamaiah, that's Priyank Kharge, son of Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge. You have Ramalinga Reddy there. That's his new cabinet that he is meeting. The new cabinet, 8 ministers there, which would be sworn in the first round. Ramalinga Reddy, of course, and Priyank Kharge, son of Mallikarjun Kharge, as well as the other 8 leaders and the other MLAs as well. 30 is the limit that Karnataka can have in terms of cabinet, but Mr. Siddharamaiah and his deputy would definitely be spoiled for choice. That's Anand Sharma. Other big leaders of the Congress also coming in, paying obeisance where Siddharamaiah is concerned. So yes, Mr. Siddharamaiah as well as his deputy would be spoiled for choice in creating their new cabinet. 8 names have already been announced, but a lot more would be vying for a spot in that list. There will be a few that will go disappointed. I'm going to try and connect right now to Dr. Sandeep Shastri, who will take us through. Dr. Shastri, there will be other than the 8, and we can see that lining up, hoping to find a spot in that cabinet later on where the second or the third list comes in.
Preeti, there can be a total of 34 ministers in Karnataka because that's 115% of the strength of the House. And I think there will be a lot of competition for the next round because that will be a critical round. There you will see further the caste combinations working out. The first list does not have a very good balance of the different regions of the state. I think they would attempt to try and do a regional balancing. Coastal Karnataka is actually not represented now in the cabinet, in the new cabinet coming up. So I think all those permutations and combinations will be worked out. New faces will be brought in. So I think the second round of the expansion will be really looked to because the balancing act would be attempted in that second round. All veterans representing different social groups, not necessarily representing the different regions that Karnataka as a state has. But I think these veterans had to be taken care of and they had to be accommodated. And already there was a little friction with only one deputy chief minister. I think that's been sought to be dealt with in the first round of expansion. But at the end of the second round of expansion, what the Congress will need to watch out for is not those who are included, but then the response of those who are not included. There are, of course, other positions that will be offered as we go forward, and how effectively do they manage that, I think, will be critical.
Karnataka is a big state. There will be a lot of positions. How effectively Mr. Siddaramaiah and his deputy manage that is the big question. Visuals coming in of Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. A short while ago, Kamal Nath exchanging pleasantries with both the Gandhis there. Well, he would be making his bid for chief ministership where Madhya Pradesh was concerned. Many would suggest that battle has been settled. With Jyotiraditya Scindia out in Madhya Pradesh, it would be in all probability Mr. Kamal Nath, Mr. Digvijay Singh, especially where the chief ministership is concerned, would be taking, would be stepping down at least from claiming that chair in terms of being the chief ministerial face. It would be Mr. Kamal Nath, under whose leadership in terms of just the CM face that this impending election would be sought. But Mr. Digvijay Singh, we can't quite see him there. Sharad Pawar exchanging pleasantries with Farooq Abdullah, the two senior leaders there. Mallikarjun Kharge going in and exchanging pleasantries with Mr. Pawar. A lot has gone down in terms of the opposition, permutations, combinations, various ways in which the opposition could actually come in together to fight the Bharatiya Janata Party in 2024. The Congress would also hope that this, what you see on your television screen, would prove to kickstart that momentum that the opposition needs. That is Satish Jarkiholi that you see on your television screen. He's going to be taking oath today. Of course, Mallikarjun Kharge, the party president, son of Karnataka, Bhumi Putra is what he called himself. It's a big win for him as well. From possibly being a big mass leader in Karnataka, Mallikarjun Kharge has risen right now as a party patriarch. I want to bring in Dr. Shastri again on the role of Mallikarjun Kharge, Dr. Shastri, because, when heavy lobbying was going on in the national capital between Mr. Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, many internally in the Congress here also questioned the fairness of Mr. Kharge, because in 2013 it was Mr. Kharge who lost out as chief minister to Mr. Siddaramaiah. But he seems to have risen above all of that.
Century in politics teaches a leader a lot, and I think this particular episode has led to Mr. Kharge's image going up several notches. This was one of his first big challenges as the new Congress president, and the way he has been able to bring everybody on the same page, the way he's been able to project himself as somebody who does not belong to any faction, that as the Congress president, he would take all people along. I think that has been a major triumph for Mallikarjun Kharge. But of course, now expectations will be high. Soon after the Karnataka settlement happens, people will see how does Mr. Kharge resolve the crisis in Rajasthan. So I think expectations have now gone up. But I think the handling of the Karnataka situation by the Congress president has been exemplary. And this whole talk about being a remote-controlled Congress president, yes, of course, the Gandhi family has a role to play in decision-making in the Congress, but I think the Congress president has come out trumps in terms of how these issues have been handled.
Well, you're right there. You just saw those visuals of Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge ushering in the Gandhis, which is Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, to come out and wave to the crowds. Right now, I would reckon, and Dr. Shastri, the Congress would be hoping that they leverage what's happened in Karnataka locally. Till now it was all localized, a hyper-local election, local leadership, focus on all of that. Even where in terms of lobbying was concerned in the national capital, at least perception, optics-wise, it seemed to be limited to the houses of Mr. Kharge, and of course meeting with Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, but the optics were all about Mr. Kharge making that decision. Would you reckon the localized election now would hope to manifest a larger national dream?
Preeti, a lot of people have been saying that because Mr. Kharge belonged to Karnataka, he played such a major role in resolving the Karnataka crisis. I think the days ahead will prove whether that is true or not. As Congress president, would he be playing a major role in the public domain in resolving other challenges the Congress faces? I think as I said, the first major challenge, the first major litmus test was Karnataka, where he seems to have done reasonably well. And basically the focus and spotlight has been on him. who he consults, who all are involved is a different issue. But ultimately, the focus was on him. The final resolution of the crisis was also at his house in the presence of Congress leaders and the two main leaders. Now, is this something which is the template that the Congress is going to take forward is what would be seen closely. And whether the role that the Congress president played directly or indirectly in resolving the challenges in Karnataka, whether that template is something going to be playing out in other states and other developments which the Congress will have to face or is already facing, is something that would be closely watched as we move forward.
All right, the national anthem has just played where all the leaders on the dais standing up and now the proceedings will begin. And Dr. Shastri, my Kannada is not very good and I'm hoping that you're going to be helping me out in this. It is a day that belongs to Karnataka and the Kannadigas, and today you have Mr. Siddaramaiah who's going to kickstart possibly the Congress's campaign in 2024, but that aside, it's a day that belongs to him. Second time taking oath as Chief Minister. And Dr. Shastri, we've spoken about the fact that Mr. Siddharamaiah was the choice as the Chief Minister. But when you look at it in terms of pure party man, it has been Mr. DK Shivakumar. Mr. Siddharamaiah from the nursery of the Janata Dal, now, the second time Chief Minister for the Congress. All right, so let's talk about Mr. Siddharamaiah a little more, and his rise. Let's listen it. We have Mr. Soren and Mr. Pawar going pehle up on a chair on who'll sit, but that is Siddharamaiah. Let's hear in the applause.
Siddharamaiah ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರಿನ ನಾನು ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಮೂಲಕ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿತವಾದ ಭಾರತದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಜವಾದ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಷ್ಠೆಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ನಾನು ಭಾರತದ ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮತ್ವವನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಅಖಂಡತೆಯನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಿ ಹಿಡಿಯುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ಮತ್ತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅಂತಃಕರಣಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ಭಯ ಅಥವಾ ಪಕ್ಷಪಾತವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ರಾಗದ್ವೇಷವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಗೆಯ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಸಂವಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾನೂನಿಗೆ ಅನುಸಾರವಾಗಿ ನ್ಯಾಯವಾದುದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ದೇವರ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರಿನ ನಾನು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಪರ್ಯಾಲೋಚನೆಗೆ ತರಲಾಗುವ ಅಥವಾ ನನಗೆ ತಿಳಿದು ಬರುವ ಯಾವುದೇ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳ ಯುಕ್ತ ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆಗೆ ಅಗತ್ಯವಾಗಬಹುದಾದ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲದೆ ಅನ್ಯಥಾ ಯಾರೇ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಬಹಿರಂಗಪಡಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಎಂದು ದೇವರ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ.
Has taken oath as the Chief Minister. Next in line would be his deputy, DK Shivakumar, and after that the 8 ministers would be following through. Of course, what cabinet post that they would get would not be known today. That would be assigned later. They'd just be taking oath as part of the cabinet. That's Mr. Siddharamaiah signing in as the next Chief Minister of Karnataka. His second Chief Ministership, and he's been Deputy CM twice before, but that was not with the Congress. He's also just the second Chief Minister in Karnataka to complete a full 5-year term, Dr. Shastri.
It's interesting that, as always, Siddharamaiah solemnly reaffirmed. He has always done that right from his first swearing in ceremony in the 1980s. Today also in Canada, he is solemnly reaffirmed, and that was the basis of the oath that he took.
So that is Mr. Siddharamaiah. Next in line, seems happy, understandably, why not? All right, next in line would be Mr. DK Shivakumar. That's Siddaramaiah waving to the crowds as he signs it. That's Sushil Kumar Shinde. He was one of the observers that was sent. Goes ahead and shakes hands with Nitish Kumar, Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. All of them congratulating him, as he is now no longer designate. Rahul Gandhi comes in, gives him a hug. All right. The governor handing him a small token in terms of a flower bouquet. The governor, Thaawarchand Gehlot,
DK
giving a
Shivakumar
bouquet of flowers to Mr. Siddharamaiah. Now DK Shivakumar, let's hear it where being sworn in as Deputy CM and coming in to take his oath. DK Shivakumar walking up to the dais to take his oath. Like I said, dressed in his Saturday best, waving to the crowds. Let's listen in the kind of support DK Shivakumar enjoys. Governor, but of course the governor, the language might be an issue, so will be taking his oath in Kannada.
ನಾನು
ಕುಮಾರ್ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರಿನಾದ ನಾನು ಕಾನೂನು ಮೂಲಕ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿತವಾದ ಭಾರತದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಜವಾದ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಷ್ಠೆಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ನಾನು ಭಾರತದ ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮತ್ವವನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಅಖಂಡತೆಯನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಿ ಹಿಡಿಯುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ಮತ್ತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಉಪಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯವನ್ನು ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅಂತಃಕರಣದ ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ಭಯ ಅಥವಾ ಪಕ್ಷಪಾತವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ರಾಗ ದ್ವೇಷವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಗೆಯ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾನೂನಿಗೆ ಅನುಸಾರವಾಗಿ ನ್ಯಾಯಯುತವಾಗಿದೆಂದು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ಶ್ರೀ ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಅಜ್ಜನ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ದೃಢೀಕರಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. ನಾನು DK ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರು ನಾನು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಉಪಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಪರ್ಯಾಲೋಚನೆಗೆ ತರಲಾಗುವಾದಂಥ ಅಥವಾ ನನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಯ ಬಯಸುವ ಯಾವುದೇ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಉಪಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಯುಕ್ತ ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆ ಅಗತ್ಯಬಹುದಾದಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭಗಳಲ್ಲದೆ ಅನ್ಯಥಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಅಥವಾ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಬಹಿರಂಗಪಡಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಎಂದು ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಅಜ್ಜರ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ದೃಢೀಕರಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ.
DK Shivakumar taking oath as Deputy CM, signing in. Next in line will be the other 8 cabinet ministers. That's just the first list, as pointed out by Dr. Shastri. 34 can be the cabinet of Karnataka. Dr. Shastri, 34 would include the Deputy CM and CM.
Yes, it includes both of them. The House has 224 members,
Right.
and 15% of that is 34. It includes both the CM and Deputy CM.
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜಿ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ್ ಇವರನ್ನು ಸಂಪುಟ ದರ್ಜೆ ಸಚಿವರಾಗಿ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಪದ ಹಾಗೂ
All right, next in line is Dr. G. Parameshwar. He represents the scheduled caste. It's interesting because in this cabinet, both where the Dalits are concerned, the left Dalit or the right Dalit representation has been given to both. Dr. G. Parameshwar was somebody who was actually lobbying for the Deputy Chief Minister's chair, Dr. Shastri. He made a lot of noises when only a single Deputy CM was announced. But many would suggest that was practically to leverage a plum cabinet post. Dr. G. Parameshwar, representing the Dalit community.
Dr. G. Parameshwara ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರಿನ ನಾನು ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಮೂಲಕ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿತವಾದ ಭಾರತದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಜವಾದ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಷ್ಠೆಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ನಾನು ಭಾರತದ ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮತ್ವವನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಅಖಂಡತೆಯನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಿ ಹಿಡಿಯುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ಮತ್ತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅಂತಃಕರಣಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ಭಯ ಅಥವಾ ಪಕ್ಷಪಾತವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ರಾಗದ್ವೇಷವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಗೆಯ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಸಂವಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾನೂನಿಗೆ ಅನುಸಾರವಾಗಿ ನ್ಯಾಯವಾದದ್ದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ದೃಢೀಕರಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. ನಾನು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜಿ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರಿನ ನಾನು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಪರ್ಯಾಲೋಚನೆಗೆ ತರಲಾಗುವ ಅಥವಾ ನನಗೆ ತಿಳಿದು ಬರುವ ಯಾವುದೇ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳ ಯುಕ್ತ ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆಗೆ ಅಗತ್ಯಬಹುದಾದ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲದೆ ಅನ್ಯಥಾ ಯಾರೇ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಪಡಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳ ಯುಕ್ತ ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆಗೆ ಅಗತ್ಯಬಹುದಾದ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲದೆ ಅನ್ಯಥಾ ಯಾರೇ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಪಡಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೂ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ
Mr. G. Parameshwara, I want to quickly bring in, while we have him, Nagarjun, our Karnataka Bureau Chief joining us. Naga, interesting, all communities been given representation, right Dalit, which is traditionally with the Congress, represented by Mr. G. Parameshwar, left Dalit, represented by Mr. K.H. Maniyappa, who would possibly be coming in next.
Well, that is to the whole cabinet. The 8 members have been tactically chosen with all communities. Remember, Karnataka politics is completely filled with caste. Caste matters a lot in Karnataka politics, and hence the representation also has been given today. You have SC right, SC left, scheduled tribe, OBC, Lingayat, Vokliga, and Kuruba himself, the Chief Minister who's leading the pack, in fact, has been represented. So it was supposed to be 20-odd members is what we are told, but consensus could not be reached at least by 2 a.m. and the flight was at 3:30 is what we are told. So still discussions were going on, who to be inducted, who not to be inducted. A lot of consultations with the High Command, regional balance, social balance, and also age is a factor. If you look at the 8 people, all of them were a part of 2013 to 2018 cabinet. The High Command also wanted to give chance to new people as to there needs to be fresh air into the party so that 2024 also could be handled by them. Leadership has to be groomed. They don't want 2013 to 2018 cabinet to be repeated. There are 34 posts, including the CM and Deputy CM in Karnataka cabinet. And if you fill in all seniors, what is the point of having first-time, second-time MLAs? They can't be sitting and warming the benches, right? That's the reason they could not reach a consensus. And both DK Shivakumar and Siddharamaiah wanted their MLAs from their camp to be included. But these 8 both the leaders had agreed, including AICC High Command, that these 8 can be inducted right away tomorrow. Zamir Ahmed represents the Muslim community. Mr. George represents the Christian community, who is also very close to the High Command. What is interesting is not a single person from the upper house, that is the Legislative Council, has been represented. So most likely in the next quota or the next phase of expansion, we are expected to see the MLCs also to be given. BK Hariprasad is there, Salim Ahmed is there, Mr.
Nagarjun, I'm just going to come in. I think the next in line has been K.H. Maniyappa, Dalit, representing the left Dalit faction, which was traditionally with the Bharatiya Janata Party.
ಭಾರತ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಜವಾದ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಷ್ಠೆಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ನಾನು ಭಾರತದ ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮತ್ವವನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಅಖಂಡತೆಯನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಿ ಹಿಡಿಯುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ಮತ್ತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅಂತಃಕರಣಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ಭಯ ಅಥವಾ ಪಕ್ಷಪಾತವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ರಾಗದ್ವೇಷವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಗೆಯ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಸಂವಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾನೂನಿಗೆ ಅನುಸಾರವಾಗಿ ನ್ಯಾಯವಾದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ದೇವರ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ದೃಢೀಕರಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. ನಾನು ಕಮ್ಮದಳ್ಳಿ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ಮುನಿಯಪ್ಪ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಪರ್ಯಾಲೋಚನೆಗೆ ತರಲಾಗುವ ಅಥವಾ ನನಗೆ ತಿಳಿದು ಬರುವ ಯಾವುದೇ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಯುಕ್ತ ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆಗೆ ಅಗತ್ಯವಾಗಬಹುದಾದ ಸಂದರ್ಭವನ್ನಲ್ಲದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅನ್ಯಥಾ ಯಾರೇ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಬಹಿರಂಗಪಡಿಸುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಎಂದು ದೇವರ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ದೃಢೀಕರಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ.
Muniappa and Dr. Shastri, one of the biggest drivers of this win, and I'll come across both to Naga and you, has been the Dalit vote. And this Dalit vote this time around has come in from the left Dalit faction in Karnataka, which has traditionally been with the BJP. So important to give representation as per the Congress, where the likes of Mr. Muniappa are concerned, who represent the left Dalit faction.
Very true, Preeti. The left Dalits have also this time moved quite significantly with the Congress. Let's also remember Mr. Muniappa is a veteran. For several terms, he was a Lok Sabha member. He was a member of the Union Council of Ministers also. And his last elections, he lost. And since then, he was keen on coming back to state politics. And that explains he's contesting the state assembly elections and now becoming a minister in Karnataka. He has earlier been a minister at the union level and for several terms the Kolar Lok Sabha MP.
All right, from Kolar there, representation been given where the SC community is concerned, and both sides where the Dalits are concerned. The Dalits en masse this time around have driven the emphatic win for the Congress party. I want to bring in Naga as well. You know, Naga, through the course of the campaign, so many times we've all, stood in studios and contemplated, talked ad nauseum about what could be one of the drivers of this vote for the Congress, and that would be of the Dalits. Both been given representation where the initial cabinet list is concerned.
That's true. In fact, out of the 8, 3 are from the Dalit community. You have Priyank Kharge, yes, Dr. Parmeshwar, as well as KH Muniappa. So that forms the largest chunk among the 8 as well. The Dalits have significantly consolidated towards the Congress, at least in this election. Remember, the BJP quite was confident that their reservation will move the Dalits and the ST and SC votes completely towards the BJP because they felt the reservation was a game changer. Every time we spoke to them, they said the Dalits were happy, but we saw protests happening across Karnataka, especially from the Banjara community as well. Not just the consolidation of the Dalits, there was confusion among the internal reservation as well. When the Dalits were given some quota, there was internal reservation between the SC right, SC left, touchables, and all of the factors came into play. Their history spoke for itself, right? Even in Tamil Nadu, when the AIDMK-led NDA government gave the PMK reservation there, the party lost. We also thought that this could happen, the history would repeat, and now we see the BJP giving internal reservation and the reservation for Lingayats, Mukligas and the Dalits have lost the government. So it's a lesson for the politicians also that if you touch this topic just before elections, people can see through it.
Stay with us. The latest right now coming in, the oath take. KJ George, close to the Congress High Command, taking oath, representing the minority Christian community. Dr. Shastri, KJ George, an old Congress hand, proverbially close to the Congress High Command.
Yes, Preeti, he's been close to the Congress High Command and has also been very close to Siddharamaiah. During the last tenure of Siddaramaiah's Chief Minister, KJ George was a close confidant of the Chief Minister and represents Bengaluru and would be hoping to get a key portfolio in the new government.
You in on this, KJ George, Ramalinga Reddy, Mr. Zamir Ahmad Khan, three leaders, with something which even Dr. Shastri pointed out, because the 8 that have come really haven't represented the regions of Karnataka, but more so prominent leaders which were there in the 2013 cabinet as well. But these 3 in particular could also be picked because they come in from the Bengaluru region, and the BBMP elections would be coming in next, so important in that respect.
Yes, Preeti, I think the fact that BBMP elections are coming and the presence of so many ministers from Bangalore is important. Let me also mention to you that in the earlier BJP cabinet also, Bangalore had a huge representation. Many of the senior ministers of the government were from Bangalore. So traditionally, the MLAs elected from Bangalore have had a very big share of the portfolios and the ministries in the government. And I don't think it will stop at 3. There will be others because there are other prominent leaders elected from Bangalore, including people like Krishna Bairegowda. So they also would be expecting a place in the cabinet as the expansion happens. So 3 is just the beginning. I think we will have many more coming into the cabinet from this.
All right, let's quickly cut across and continue to get you the latest. I want to pull in my colleague Naga, who's been with us, getting us, taking us through this oath-taking ceremony. Naga, interesting, with an eye on BBMP elections, it's imperative, that the Congress also thinks of that. So yes, regions not given representation, but there are still 22 berths left. MB Patil right now taking oath, Lingayat leader. Nagarjun.
Well, that's true, not just the BBMP. Post this, you have the local body elections, you have the BBMP elections, you have the MLC elections, and then finally the final of 2024 elections that are upcoming as well. So the party has to not just calm down. There's no honeymoon period as well. Right away they get into election mode. They have to start with the delimitation work. They had a problem with the BJP delimitation of BBMP wards as well as the reservation factor. Now they'll have to set that right and also take the poll ahead. So a lot of work to be done in terms of electioneering in Bangalore, in local body as well as Lok Sabha. Only 11 months left, or almost 10 months left for the Lok Sabha elections to kick in, and they have a task in hand. And that's the reason why, to also send a message, we have different